Hello guys, today another important session for question session, okay, about 1000 questions, more important 1000 questions, the innovative questions. The session is part 5. Guys, it is neural control and coordination PYQs, PYQ for NEET, okay. The correct sequence of events in reflex arc is what, okay. The correct sequence of events in the reflex arc is what, okay, where first the sensory signals which is carry forward into the spinal cord, from the spinal cord they can reach brain. In the brain there is an analytical part which is thalamus. Thalamus can analyze what happened. They can send the signals into the cerebral cortex. Cerebral cortex, they can analyze what happened, the things, and they can send back the signals into the thalamus. Thalamus give the signal into the spinal cord again. Spinal cord they can give the signal into the target, where the sensory signals generated where the signals ended with the target. Guys, these are up to the cerebral cortex, which is sensory neurons. Sensory neurons. And these are from the cerebral cortex, these are the motor neurons. Motor neurons. So first where the signal generated, okay, that is actually the sensory neurons, receptors, effectors and motor. First option, receptor, motor neuron, sensory neuron and effector. First sensory neuron is the first. So this is wrong. Second option, receptors, sensory neurons, motor neuron and effector. Of course, this is correct, where the receptors first generated and these signals, sensory signals, first reach the spinal cord from the dorsal part of the spinal cord. They can reach spinal cord, they can send the signal into the brain, where thalamus is the relay center. They can analyze and give the signal into the cerebral cortex, where actually things happen, where have to be go, that sensory neurons. This cerebral cortex, they can reverse the signal as motor neuron into the thalamus, analyze again, they can send the signals, which is ventral side of the spinal cord, the motor neurons which is enter and reach the finally effector, mean target is effector. This is what, yeah, effector is not first, sensory neurons, receptors and effectors, motor neuron not last. So option 2 is the right answer, option B is the right answer for this question, okay. Yes. Next question. Which of the following structure is associated with maintaining posture and equilibrium? Maintaining posture and equilibrium. This is the direct function from cerebellum, not cerebrum, cerebellum. So option C is the right option. Cerebrum is not like that, guys. Cerebrum, this is the cerebrum. Cerebrum is, they can give the many functions like sensory neurons, they can reach motor neurons, they can reach, okay, cerebrum. And this is midbrain, and this is hindbrain. Hindbrain. Okay, hypothalamus is located here. This part is hypothalamus. Hypothalamus, and medulla is located in the hindbrain. This part is medulla. Medulla. So hypothalamus, it is a part of diencephalon in the forebrain. This is epithalamus. Epithalamus, thalamus, hypothalamus. Epithalamus means pineal gland. Thalamus, these guys, hypothalamus, thalamus and pineal gland, together we can call diencephalon. Diencephalon. And there is a cerebrum. These two, cerebrum and diencephalon, together we can call forebrain. Okay, this is the midbrain, this is hindbrain. So medulla is act on emergency cases like control the breathing. Medulla act on control the breathing, and control the heart rate. Heart rate. Okay, where the cerebellum is associated here, midbrain. After that, this part is cerebellum, associated with hindbrain. There is a cerebellum which is the part of the cerebrum. The neurons which is from the cerebrum to, they can carry forward into the downward like cerebellum. Cerebellum is act on, this is the posture maintaining and equilibrium. Posture maintaining and equilibrium. Posture maintaining. Equilibrium. What about hypothalamus? Hypothalamus, they can regulate the temperature and all. Regulation part. Thermoregulation. Thermoregulation and releasing hormones. Inhibitory hormones they can release. Hormones, and they can control the pituitary gland. Control the pituitary gland. Pituitary gland located below the hypothalamus. This is hypothalamus. Cerebrum has many functions like sensory neurons, sensory functions and motor functions. Listen, vision, caring, emotion, intelligence, everything is comes under cerebrum. Okay, I hope you guys clear about this. Yeah, next question. Okay, take a screenshot if you want. Next question. Match the following, choose the correct option. Pons, cerebrum, medulla. Okay, cerebrum is the front brain, forebrain, hindbrain, this is also hindbrain. Okay, forebrain, hindbrain and handbrain. Okay, forebrain, what they can control, heart rate or intelligence, voluntary actions, control the respiration. Okay, heart rate, blood pressure, respiration, control the respiration, and intelligence, voluntary. Guys, just look into here. Very easy here. If come to this, cerebrum, forebrain, intelligence, voluntary actions mean skeletal muscle actions, control, skeletal muscle control mean somatic nervous system control, somatic nervous system. Guys, this is the questioning session. I am going to explain the detail about question, border of question itself. If come to the topic, I am going to give the detailed information about nervous system and all physiology topics or taxonomy part. I can teach deep analysis each and every point from the NCERT book. Okay, you have to follow NEET World. Okay, we will give you the best teaching for the roadmap for the crack NEET exam. My target is 160 out of 160 for the zoology. In that way, I did sort out a best notes and I'll give you the best teaching for the NEET. Okay, don't miss it. Yeah. Yeah. Skeletal muscle control, which is forebrain, of course, intelligence, emotion and logical thinking, yeah, all over motor system and sensory system, there are sensory neuron are reach where is the sensory regulated area, motor control area. There are associated areas are there in the forebrain. There are 4 lobes in the forebrains: frontal lobe, parietal lobe, occipital lobe and temporal lobe. Okay, these 4 lobes are control all the things in the forebrain. Okay, yeah. If come to the pons, its control breathing rate, respiration. Pons can control respiration, that pneumotoxic area, there are 2 neurons places are there in the pons, the bunch of neurons located in the pons, they can responsible for certain functions. That is, first one is pneumotoxic area, and apnestic area. Okay, pneumotoxic area, they can give the signals positive signals to the there is a thoracic chamber which is involved in the breathing, okay, to the breathing thoracic chamber that are diaphragm and intercostal muscle. Can contract, can relax, mean if they can send the pneumotoxic area, send the negative signals, guys. Sorry, not positive signal, it is the negative signals. Mean they can send the negative signals, the diaphragm and intercostal muscle can relax. It is about 3 seconds. It is about 3 seconds. If apneustic area, if come to the apneustic area, they can give the positive signal into the thoracic chamber. Positive signals, if they positive signals, these guys, the diaphragm and intercostal muscle can contract up to 2 seconds. This is what the pones, they can regulate the breath rate, respiration, mean intercostal muscle and diaphragm, they can contract or relax under control of pones, okay, yeah. And if come to the medulla hindbrain, they can control the heart rate and blood pressure. Of course, medulla oblongata, which is comes under medullary rhyme center, medullary rhyme center. Medullary rhyme center. All over these are hindbrain, of course, okay. This is give the, they can control the heart rate and like blood pressure. We will going to discuss in the chapter which is neural control and coordination, or else there is a regulation of heart rates, okay. Yes, I hope you guys understand this. Okay, next question. Take a screenshot if you want. Yes. Which part of the brain act as the relay center to receive, transmit and sensory information? Transmit the sensory information. What is the relay center? This is what? Okay? Yeah. If come to the brain, don't comment on my diagrams, guys. Okay, this is forebrain and midbrain, and hindbrain, finally spinal cord, okay. Yeah, if come to the brain, okay, forebrain, with the signals, the sensory signals which they can reach spinal cord, they can reach midbrain. These are the sensory signals. First they can reach spinal cord, and midbrain. they can reach midbrain, and forebrain finally they can reach. Before forebrain, there is a place which is this place they can analyze. If the signals went the forebrain, first reach this center, center can decide where they can send the signal into the cortex region of the brain, okay, where they can send signal here. Yeah, these signals reach cerebral cortex all over, where part has to be received that signal. Okay, this is center is relay center. Relay center here, hypothalamus, thalamus, cerebellum and amygdala. Guys, thalamus is the relay center here. Thalamus is the relay center, is the thalamus. Thalamus is the relay center, guys. This is the answer. Okay, yeah, next question. Yeah, retina most sensitive, light to the point where. Okay, this is about sensory vision, we will discuss later. Yeah, if a person is unable to regulate the body temperature, thirst, hunger and the brain part, it is damaged. Which brain part? If the damage, what happened is unable to regulate the body temperature, if the person, and thirst and hunger, these characters, which part if the damage, which part might be damaged. Okay, if the pons damage, there is a breathing problem. If the pons damage, breathing control, if the pons damage. Okay, cerebellum is the balancing, posture and balancing. And corpus callosum is the bundle of axons. They can contact to cerebral hemispheres they can contact, mean connect. Okay, yeah, hypothalamus is the answer. Hypothalamus, if the hypothalamus damage, hypothalamus regulatory part, brain release hormones, and control the hormones, release hormones and control the hormones. Release hormones and control the hormones. I hope you guys understand this. Okay, hypothalamus is the right option. Next question. Yeah, which part of the following, which of the following is would occur the first when stimulus applied into the neuron? which of the following is would occur first when stimulus applied the neuron? Okay, neuron, if the neuron, this is neuron, cell body, axon and dendrites, which is end of the axon, end of the neuron. Guys, just look into this. First stimulus, yeah, if it is resting potential, the resting potential of the axon which is minus 70 MV, millivolts. This is the resting potential. Okay? If any stimulus going to happen, if any mosquito lay on your hand, if you hit the mosquito, there is a mechanical pressure is going to take place in any part of the body. If the mechanical pressure going to take place, okay, yeah, if it is mechanical pressure going to take place, there is a channel which is open. There is a channel open. If the mechanical channel open, what happened? The potassium ions open or sodium ions are open, neurotransmitters are released and calcium ions enter into the axonal membrane. This is the important question, guys. Okay? If any stimulus is going to take place, this is the rest mode. Your neuron is in rest mode. There is no work done by neuron. They are under the rest. If your brain is sleeping like that, okay, your neurons are always, there are no signal passing. If any like visionary signals or motor signals or somatic nervous system, autonomic nervous system, all over control shut down. In that condition, this is maintained minus 70 MV for the like any metabolic actions, this can be maintained. Okay. So, if any suddenly any happen, if you lift the water bottle, okay, if any action is going to take place in your body, there is either mechanical gated channel open, or else there is a chemical gated channel open, or else there is electrical gated channel open, voltage gated channel. If the mechanical gated channel open, assume first in the resting potential, potassiums are high in the inside and sodium are high in the outside of the neuron. Sodiums always trying to enter inside neuron, inside into the neuron. It is the faster reaction, and potassiums always trying to exit out from the neuron. It is slower reaction. So, what happened here? Potassium channels open, it is slower reaction. First immediately sodium channels are open, B is the option. What about neurotransmitter? Neurotransmitter between two neurons, there is another neuron started where there is a gap, synapse is there. there is a neurotransmitter ACH, acetylcholine is the neurotransmitter which is located in the synapse part, where the signals carry forward, the all channel open, finally the end of the axon there is a signal which is carried forward by the chemical which is calcium ions, which is enter end of the channel only. These calcium ions, they can push the neurotransmitter into the synapses gap area for the chemical signals passing. Electrical, not electrical signal pass in the synapse. Synapse area, there is a chemical signal pass, that is acetylcholine, they can carry forward the signal into the next neuron. Okay. Initially, there is a mechanical gated channel open. In that way, there is a sodium which is enter. If the sodium is plus ion enter, there is a minus 70 going to decrease into the minus 60. There is a voltage change between the minus 70, they can drastically decrease into the minus 60. There is a voltage gated channel now, electrical gated channel. Voltage gated channel which is leads to the plus 30, mean sodium ions more enter if the voltage gated channel open, and then leakage gated channel open. There are huge sodium ions enter into this area. There is a imbalance of these signals, the wave pattern is going to take place. There is a signals are carried forward through the axonal membrane. Okay. The signals always carries through the axonal membrane, guys. The signals always carry the below this axonal membrane only, not mid part. This is also previous question option. Okay. I hope you guys understand. Next question. Yeah. Which of the following statement is correctly described as different between somatic and autonomous nervous system? Okay. Somatic nervous system involuntary, autonomic nervous system is the voluntary. Wrong. Okay. Yeah. There are nervous system like central nervous system, peripheral nervous system. Peripheral nervous system, two types, somatic, autonomic. So, autonomic. This is somatic, always skeletal muscle, skeletal muscle mean voluntary, autonomous nervous system, smooth muscle, involuntary. They cannot control. Okay. Here somatic nervous system act as smooth muscle, wrong, and somatic nervous system controls skeletal muscles, autonomic nervous system control cardiac and smooth muscle. This is the right answer. Option C is the right answer for this question. Guys, direct question. Okay, not both. Okay, I hope you guys understand this. Okay. Guys, today's session is over, about 30 minutes, and tomorrow we will go to the new questions and better explanation. Thank you. You have to visit NEET World. Always we will give you the best teaching. Thank you.